Then when I shared with my closest friends, something is happening to me, it's too fantastic. That, come on, what did you drink? What did you pop? I saw there was nobody around me, nor anything in my mind to tell me what's happening to me. All I knew was I've hit something which is a gold mine and I don't want to miss it for a moment. How many of you familiar with Mysore city? Okay. There's a little hill called Chamundi hill. There is a tradition in Mysore, at least there was at that time, for the youth. If we fall out, we have to go up Chamundi hill. If we have nothing to do, we went up Chamundi hill. So that afternoon, between two business meetings, I just had about an hour and a half. Without even thinking, I just rode up Chamundi hill. I have camped there, I have trekked this hill right from my childhood, I know this too well. So I park my motorcycle, climb up and sit on that now famous rock. But I'm telling you, the rock is not special. It's like the Bodhi tree, the tree became more famous than the Buddha. So, I just went and sat there, my eyes were still open. And suddenly I did not know which is me and which is not me. Till that moment, it was always very clear, this is me, that is somebody else. I have no issue with that somebody, but this is me and that's somebody else. Suddenly I did not know which is me and which is not me. What was me was just everywhere. The very rock upon which I was sitting, the air that I was breathing, the atmosphere around me, everything had become me. I thought this madness lasted for about 10–15 minutes, but when I came back to my normal state, it was about 4.5 hours. My eyes were still open. For the very first time in my adult life, tears. Me and tears were impossible. I lived like this. But tears to a point, my shirt is all wet. And every cell in my body is bursting with ecstasy. When I shook my skeptical head and asked, what is happening to me? The only thing that my mind could tell me was, maybe you're going off your rocker. Then when I shared with my closest friends, something is happening to me, it's too fantastic. That, come on, what did you drink? What did you pop? I saw there was nobody around me, nor anything in my mind to tell me what's happening to me. All I knew was, I've hit something which is a gold mine and I don't want to miss it for a moment. And I just discovered this. If I just sit here without messing with my thought process and my emotion, my entire system will burst out in ecstasy. And a few days later, I made a plan, because I thought I'm the first one to discover this at that time, because I had no spiritual… I'm not acquainted with spiritual traditions, I've never read a scripture in my life, till today I've never prayed to anybody or anything, nor have I attended any spiritual discourses or anything. So I thought, this is the first time, I know. And I made a plan, in 2.5 to 3 years' time, I'm going to make the entire world ecstatic. See, 35 years. Well, we have touched 150 to 200 million people, but that is not my idea of the world. Slowly, these days I've become wise. Now I realize so many people have so seriously invested in their misery. They are not going to withdraw their investment so easily. It needs so much coaxing and cajoling and life knocking them on their head. So many things need to happen to them, or you have to threaten them with death. Otherwise, they will not withdraw their investments, even though it is causing enormous pain and suffering to them. They are not willing to withdraw their investments in misery. So slowly we are working. I know I will die a failure, but a blissful failure.
I've made a mistake, Sadhguru. My mistake is that I'm constructing a studio for our channel Republic. I constructed it in low apparel. Can you tell me the way to Chamundi Hill, please? I want to build my studios on Chamundi Hill. I'll also experience ecstasy every moment. I don't know about my
I
guests.
can make it happen in wherever you are.
This is fascinating, sir. Life changed after that.
The most important thing is, the perception of who I am changed. I'm not talking the idea of who I am, the perception of who I am. I went up the hill as a smart young man, very cocky and confident about everything. I came down as real nothing. Just nothing means nothing was left in me. I remember that moment. I came down around 7:45, 8. It happens to be a Saturday evening. We are in a construction industry, and Saturday evening is the time when we give out labor to everybody. In front of our office, there are some 500 people waiting. And my partner, I come and park my motorcycle and I still got the engine revving. And I look in and my partner looks out and he can't believe on a Saturday evening I'm not there. He just looks at me like this. I just looked at this entire scene. This is something we built. Built means like every day from morning 5 to 11 in the night, non-stop, I was on sites building this company. I just looked at the expression on my partner's face, he just looked quizzically, "What are you up to? Why are you not here?" kind of look on his face. And I looked at all these people who were waiting in lines for money. The cashiers were giving out money. I engaged the gear and I left. That was my end of my business. Then I loitered around the town because I didn't want to go home. I didn't want to face my mother because suddenly she was no more my mother. Somewhere I was little struggling with that. I knew when I went home, I wouldn't look at her as I have looked at her for the last 25 years. I didn't go there till 11:30 in the night. I wanted her to go to bed, but our mothers are such, she's still waiting. I put my head down and went, I said, "I'm not hungry," and I went and locked myself in the room. Because though something so fantastic was happening, I was still struggling between the two worlds. Everything that I considered as myself till that moment was gone. And suddenly I look at people, it's indescribable because so many things that you're involved in, it's like you almost died. I think this is how it must feel when you're dead. So many things you think, this is it, this is it, this is it. But tomorrow morning, poof, the man disappears. Nothing. Doesn't matter you cry, you yell, he doesn't respond. He's completely gone. Just like that, I was completely gone. The person that I was just gone.